20th century and remained the visitor center until 2008. And inside was the celebrated landmark known as the electric map, known derisively to some as the electric nap. But Eisenhower and Montgomery went and visited this, the first generation of the electric map, and we can see them here in the balcony, looking down into the pit as it became known. And their conversation about the Battle of Gettysburg escalated in a very interesting and very public way. And to give further evidence, Montgomery said to Eisenhower, while the press corps was following them, had he been in charge of either army, that he would have sacked both Lee and Meade for their performances here. Lee for launching the assault on July 3rd, and Meade for not following up on the attack. And he further said that it was a monstrous thing, what happened here. And then he turned and looked at Ike and he said, "Don't you agree, Ike?" And so this was Ike's response to that. He said, "Look, I live here. I represent both the North and the South." And so he tried to diffuse it, but it was too late already. The public backlash to Eisenhower and Montgomery criticizing Lee and Meade made national headlines. And Montgomery later commented that the women of the South are out to get me, things along those lines. And Eisenhower essentially had to make a public apology. He said, "Look, I have great admiration for these two generals. I even have a portrait of Robert E. Lee hanging in the Oval Office." And to him, that was more of a statement of admiration than anything else that could have been said. Interestingly enough, out at the Eisenhower farm, one of the stories is that Eisenhower left a time capsule in the walls of the house that is to be opened upon the 50th anniversary of his death, which is only 3 years away at this point, 2019. And within that time capsule, supposedly, are his true feelings and observations and emotions about the various World War II generals that he served with, and most notably Bernard Law Montgomery, which
on the planet, everybody.
It'll surely be some juicy tidbits in there. The unfortunate part of this is they don't know which wall the time capsule is in. So you'd essentially have to dismantle the whole house to try to find it, and I don't foresee that happening. So it may forever remain a secret what Eisenhower truly thought of him.
My wife and I were just over last week to Hanover, where we saw the electric.
Oh, yes,
But that was a 1963 version?
Yeah, there was a version before that.
That map weighs 20 tons.
Yeah.
It's solid plastic, and the electronics to run it, which when you
Had
see
to
it, you don't think about it.
Yeah.
It's like...
Absolutely. Yeah, it's certainly a relative stage. But to get back on track here, what Eisenhower certainly made public was his observations about who truly won the Second World War, and he said that was G.I. Joe, the average soldier. And there's over 1,600 of them buried in here. And just like the 3,512 Civil War soldiers who are buried here, each one of them has a very relevant and sometimes moving story to tell us. And I'd like to introduce you to a few of those GIs who helped win